Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher, and in today's session we are going to analyze today's NMAT. So, we are going to discuss what happened in NMAT and what kind of things we had. So let's start. So first of all, this is for Narsimunji, mainly in Narsimunji Mumbai campus. That is the best college in NMAT. So basically, what was the pattern? There was no change in the pattern. Language skills, there are 36 questions, 28 minutes. Logical reasoning, 36 questions, 40 minutes. Quantitative, 36 questions, 52 minutes. Overall, 108 questions, and time given was 120 minutes. And that was there. Okay. The maximum score was lying between 12 to 120, 12 to 120, 12 to 120. So even if you don't do anything, you just go there and sit and mark everything wrong or not attempt anything at all, you are guaranteed 36 in total. So that was there. Now, the cutoff selection for stage 2. Now, basically, last year and this year, there was a difference of, I would say, there was another exam they have taken, that is competency test. So because of that, the cutoff has been decreased last year, but previously the cutoffs were around 230, 235, 240s around. But last year the cutoff was, because of competency test, it was it went down to 209, that we can see. That is 209 for all the campuses, but for MBA Pharma it has become 190. Now this year expectation is close to similar, that the weightage of NMAT is 20%, competency was 50%. If competency happens, it's not, they have not yet disclosed that they are going to conduct competency assessment test as last year or not. But if they conduct, then the weightage is going to be 50%, PI is 10%, WorkX is 10%. So, and there is going to be a little weightage that is given to academic track record. Okay. So what happened in competency assessment test? There is going to be one psychometric test, and one is going to be written aptitude test, and there is going to be one portfolio, and there is going to be portfolio and analysis sets, and the duration of competency test is going to be 5 hours. Okay. Now there are we have already launched 2 NMAT mocks 2025. So if you want, you can go and write the adaptive mocks, so that you are going to get actual feel of NMAT. Now, in NMAT, what happened is you can choose the order. So what order I have chosen? I have chosen, first one was verbal, second one was the logical, and third one was quant. That was my personal sequence that I have chosen. But you have option to choose different sequence as well. You can pick any section in any order. Keshav, you have scored 62 in quants. I think that is going to be a little on the lower side. Hope for the best, but I'm not sure that you will be able to meet the cutoff or not. But I would say 225. It depends on a competency test. If competency test happen, then I would say you can get in. If competency test doesn't happen, then it is going to be a little bit difficult for you. Aryan, yes. And Narsimunji Mumbai considers only the first attempt. 244, Arup, I would say it's a very good score, but the only problem is I don't know about your sectionals. Aryan, you scored 270. Okay, so you scored 270. Then 270 is more or less guaranteed, despite you didn't get very bad score in any particular section. So if all 3 sections are above 70, then more likely you will get it. 70, 75, then you will get it. Now, unlike CAT, it doesn't have a sidebar with related to questions. Like you can't get into 4th questions and 5th questions. You have to mark the first answer, then you can move on. If you are taking a lot of time, just mark any answer randomly and move on to the next question. Aryan, if you got 80 plus in each, it's more or less guaranteed. Doesn't make a difference whether you there is going to be competency test or not. Fine. So, and the one more thing, if a passage is given, you have to scroll through the whole passage. Then only you can switch to the next section. Otherwise, when you click next, even in RCs, if there are, I got 4 RCs, right? So in every RC, I read RC once only. And then what happened? Then I clicked next. So in the first question, it was fine because I was reading the whole passage. But when I went to next question of the same RC, and when I clicked next after marking the answer, it asked me to go through the whole page. So I had to scroll down completely. So you have to scroll entirely in every question. And you can't, because it is an adaptive test, you can't go back to the previous question. 75 Arup. 75 and Arup, I think you got a good score. Now, this is something that I got. In analytical reasoning, the data arrangement was set. Data arrangement, 4 questions, 1 set. There was the set that I received, that was a caselet. What is a caselet? Caselet means you can't make a fixed table. Every question was independent and every question was conditional. That's what I got. There was a one missing number question, input output. I'm not sure, but I think I'm lucky that I got a easier one in input output, because as soon as I have seen the input output set, I cracked the code. Because input output was simply like, for example, if I, let's say, pick a word when, right? So basically, in the first step, what happened? It has written in the reverse order. Then all the words were arranged in alphabetical order. Then every letter was given as a code. So N is 14, N is 14, E is 5, V is 22. So basically, and in the next step, you have to add up all the numbers. Then you have to add up sum of digits. Then the corresponding alphabet. So that was the sequence that I got. One was arrangement in alphabetical order. A normal Venn diagram said that rectangle, circle, triangle, and square. So there were 4 things in my set, and one question was of set theory. So this paper was verbal reasoning intensive. Aryan, just give me some time. I'll come to your question now. From last year to this year, last year I would say it was close to 50-50. Out of 36 questions, there were 18-19 questions of analytical reasoning, and 18-19 questions were around the verbal reasoning. But this year, the analytical reasoning was 1/3 and verbal reasoning was 2/3. Statement, there was too much statement assumption, too much of critical reasoning, statement argument, statement inferences, course of action, decision making, syllogism. Syllogism is generally easy one, but I didn't get a lot of questions of syllogism. There was only one question. Now, one question was of ranking that I got. I'm not having the actual question with actual number. Just the names are changed with alphabets and numbers are little tweaked. So basically, NMAT has a policy of non-disclosure agreement, NDA. You need to click on the page, and so I'm just having, I'm giving you a rough idea of the questions that I got. So rank of A is 9. Okay, so from the start, rank A is 9. So after A, there were 5 people. Then B came. Then after B, there were 9 people. Then C came. Then C was 13th from the end. So I can say, and the question was talking about what is the total number of people. So A was 9th. So this is 9th guy. After 9, there are 5 more people. So this is going to be 14 people. Then B is this one. So B is actually the 15th guy. After B, there are 9 more people. So basically 9 people. So 24 people. And C is next one. So C is actually 25th person. So rank from C from the start was 25th, and C's rank from the back was 13th. So behind C, there were 12 people. So the question was talking about what is the total number of people. So that was 37. This was not the answer. Similar type. Okay. Now, again, we have a similar type of question that in set theory, we have solved these kind of questions. There were 25 people who were playing basketball, 26 playing baseball, 30 playing cricket, 12 were playing both basketball and baseball, 8 were playing basketball and cricket, 12 were playing both, 6 people are playing all three. Then how many of them are playing exactly one sport? Very standard, very easy Venn diagram question. Everything is given. Just make the 3 circles and start plugging in the values. You are going to get the answer in a minute. Not even a minute, less than a minute. So this was extremely easy question that I got. Now let's move to quantitative. So there were 4 questions of numbers, percentage. There are 2 questions. Quadratic, I got 1 question that was very easy. Simple interest, compound interest, there was 1 question. Profit loss discount, there were 3 questions. Time and work 1. I got a very different type of time and work question. I forgot what kind of question I got, but that was a little different type. Log based, that was easy. I think we have already done those kind of questions. The question that was asked today, ratio, there was 1 question. PNC, I got a lot of PNC today. PNC and probability, 2 DI sets, and I think this is not something that I got. So there were 2 DI sets, and one of the DI sets, and none of the DI sets were calculation intensive. None of the DI sets were calculation intensive. Direct, just look at the data and get the answer. Those kind of DI sets I got. And the data sufficiency, I got a lot of data sufficiency. See, that is 7 questions. Last 4-5 questions, I would say I struggled a little bit in last 4-5 questions. They were difficult, but yeah, it's fine. The paper was pretty much doable. Basically, it is adaptive one. So it's if the more correct questions you are going to solve, the more difficult it is going to be. So some different variety of questions I have seen today. So that was their profit and loss. This is a very standard question that in $1 you are buying 10 oranges, in $1 you are buying 8 apples, and you are selling everything at a price of $9. Avani, I have written down few questions and see what questions, what kind of questions we have got. So basically, it was very easy question that in $1. So in $1 you are buying 10, in $1 you are buying 8, and you are selling in $1 9, and you are buying same quantity of both. So the quantity of this and quantity of this is same. So basically, I am taking LCM of everything. So that comes out to be 720. So I am buying 720 articles in how many rupees? 72 rupees. I am buying 720 articles in how many rupees? That is going to be 90 rupees. So my total expenditure was 162 rupees, and total number of articles I bought was 1440. Now my job is to sell 1440 articles, and for 9 articles I am getting $1. So basically for 1440 articles, how many dollars I am going to get? I am going to get $160. So my cost was 162, my selling price was 160, so my loss was 2 rupees at a cost of 162. So that was the question I got. So the question was talking about approximately how much. So the loss was approximately 1.3%, 1.3, 1.2%. So this kind of question we got. Now this one, this is a question of PNC. There were 7 people. There are 12 floors. Everyone is starting at the first floor. So if everyone is taking the lift in elevator, uh, uh, and so basically no one needs to get down on the first floor only. So basically lift is traveling for 11 floors, and in each floor, sorry, in out of 11 floors, there are 7 people who need to get down. So in how many ways it can be done? So that was the question I got. So in one floor, either one person or zero people are coming out. That's what the question was. So, Bhavesh, in which section? And you actually need to calculate this value. So I actually calculated this whole value, the options were there. So it was not that difficult. So you need to have, you need to pick up 7 people for out of 11 floors. And those 7 people can rearrange. So 11C7 into 7 factorial, that should be the answer. Now, this was the question that was of data sufficiency. The question was simply that is, what is the value of x? X is less than 2, and it says that x is equal to not 2x minus 2, 3x minus 2. How many statements are sufficient to answer the question? So the answer comes out to be second alone, because with the help of first statement, you can't get the value of x, because x is less than 2, so x can be any number. X can be 1, x can be 0, x can be minus 1, x can be 1.8. So the first statement is not giving you any answer. So only with the help of second statement, you can get the answer. So that was one of the questions I got. Now, this was a question that P and Q are roots of this particular equation. Now it is Q upon P square, P upon Q square. So this was actually P plus Q upon P into Q by P square into P by Q square. So P cancels out, Q cancels out. So I am going to get, so basically roots of this equation are 2 and 3. So just you can directly do it as 2 by 3 plus 3 by 2 into, oh, it's Q square upon P square upon Q. That's what we do. Oh, sorry, P by Q square. So I'm going to get 1 upon PQ, that is 6. Bhavesh, my total score was 270. In Quant, I got 102. Now, the next one, there are 2 boxes. One box has 6 red and 4 green. Second box has 3 red and 7 green. Fine. One ball is transferred from box 1 to box 2 and one ball is taken out. What is the probability that ball is red? Okay. So there are going to be 2 possibilities. Fine. So box A, box B. So there are 6 red, 4 green. I got 3 red and 7 green. So when I'm shifting one ball from this box to this box, so basically, which ball I'm shifting? So if I shift a red ball, so the probability of shifting a red ball is 6 by 10. Then how many red balls I got here? That is 4. So what is the probability? That is 4 by 11. Now I am taking one out. So probability of red becomes 4 by 11. Second case is going to be I am shifting one green ball. So probability of shifting a green ball is 4 by 10. Now here is still total number of balls are 11, but red balls are 3. So that is going to be 3 by 11. And that's the total answer of this question. So this is how you can approach this particular question. Now this question was very good. So this question was saying that the selling price is 232x and mark price is 265x. Mark price is 70% above the cost price and discount was 231. So discount means this comes out to be 33x and that is equal to 231. So I got the value of x, that comes out to be 7. So mark price is what? 265 into 7. And that is equal to 1.7 of cost price. And once you got the cost price, you got the answer as well. Parth, you are more or less guaranteed you will get a call, but depends on the section. Now this question, this is odd type of question. I have rarely seen these kind of questions. It said that mx square plus ny square equal to 1. and mx plus ny equal to 1, and x and y have common values in both, what is the value of m in terms of n? So what did I do? I simply put x equal to 1 and y equal to 1. So I'm directly going to get m equal to 1 minus n. That was there in the option, so I got the answer. Now, this kind of log question we have already solved multiple times. You just need to find out every value in terms of s. So p is equal to s power n by 2. Q becomes s power 3n. And r becomes s power n by n. Just place all three values over here. That is log base s. PQ, P is s power n by 2 into s power 3n upon s power n upon n. And you got the answer. That's it. That much you need to do. Now, this is how many 4-digit numbers can be made with the digits 3 to 8, so that there is no repetition. Each number is divisible by 4 and tens place is odd. And that was the question. So basically, we can definitely make the arrangements that if tens place is odd, so tens place can be 3, 4. So tens place can be either 3 or 5 or 7. So if 3 is there, then unit, if needs to be divisible by 4, then unit digit in every case should be what? 6. So there is going to be only one possibility. If 5 is there, then unit digit has to be 6 because it needs to be divisible by 4. You can't have 32 because you are picking digits from 3 to 8 only. 52 is not a possible answer. 72 is not a possible value. So 3, 5, 7. So at tens place, you got 3 possible values. At unit place, you got 1 possible value. And so at the first place, so basically 3 to 8, how many numbers are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 6, one digit is here, one digit is here. So at this place, you got 4 digits. At this place, you got how many digits? That is going to be 3 digits. 3, 4, 5. So answer comes out to be 36. So basically, this kind of questions I got. Was it difficult? I don't know. It's adaptive. So if you are getting easy questions, then you need to be a little worried. She mean more likely you might get similar type of questions because try to understand. It is an adaptive paper and database can never be infinite. So eventually few people are going to get same questions. No, basically everyone is going to get couple of same questions. Fine. So it's not like everyone is going to get all 36 questions different. There are going to be some overlap, but all 36 questions are going to be same. No, that's not. I don't think that's a possibility. In language reading comprehension, 3, 2 were easy, 1 was difficult. Parajumbles, there are 4 parajumbles. Analogy, there were 6 questions of analogy. Fill in the blanks, that was vocabulary based. 2 words were given in each. Fill in the blanks, preposition based. So those kind of questions I got. And spot the error, I got 5 spot the errors. How to attempt? Time crunch, don't panic. Whenever you feel you are stuck, just mark anything randomly, move on. Vayu, I saw my score then and there itself. Once my exam is over, I could see the score. I would say if your initial questions are right, then your score will be higher. Because once you have reached a certain limit, your score will not go down from a particular point. So in the start, if you are doing 10, 15, 17 questions consecutively right, your score is going to be very high. Even after you make everything wrong, still then after a certain point, your score will not go down. So initially, I would say spend a lot of time, and that is going to help you increase your score. And remember one point. Always save last 2 minutes to mark the answer randomly. Don't leave any question. I always suggest this. In last 2 minutes, if you are stuck and you have 6 questions remaining, just mark anything randomly. More likely you might get 1 or 2 right. And because you don't have the option to move on and or move around, unlike cat. In cat you can go to any question, but because of this exam is adaptive, you have to go to next question only if you have marked the answer first. Why? There is no default order. Now last year, because of competency test, the cutoff was 209. But if competency test is not there, then I would say so I would say if competency test is there, 215 is going to be very safe score with competency. Without competency, I would say 235 is going to be very safe score. You are going to get call. Except the pharma thing. In pharma, it is going to be without competency. It is going to be 200 plus, 200 or 210 plus. It's going to be very safe. And other, if I talk about others, then here it is going to be 200 plus. Sorry, it is going to be 200 and close to 200. It's going to be a good score. So now, so tomorrow we are going to have marathon for 6 hours. The timing is 10 to 4. And last 7 days, what to do, what not to do. And we are going to have a live session tomorrow evening. Now, ask me any question. I'm going to take the questions now. Parth, I've already answered your question. Tomorrow, is there a chance? Shireen, more likely you are going to get couple of same questions. Vayu, you can, yes, you can score, you can see the score then and there. I have already downloaded my scorecard. And which section you need to attempt first? I don't think it's a fixed section. I generally take the quant as the last section because quant is my strength. So I think even if I'm very tired, I can perform well in quant. But not everyone can do that. So if Vayu, if you are whichever order you have been following in the mock, I would say don't change anything tomorrow in the exam. Bhavesh, I would say just go there, keep calm, don't worry, and it's going to be very chilled out exam. You won't even know how 2 hours are gone. Fine, so just go mark, and I think it is a bliss that you can't move around a lot, so that you need to mark the answer first. So you are worried about only the question that is in front of you. Yes, the sectional cutoffs are going to be, I would say that in language skills, the sectional cutoff, I would say that if you are going with 65 plus, sectional cutoffs are cleared in all three. And 75 plus, if you are going with without competency test, 75 plus is going to more or less guarantee that your sectionals are cleared. So don't worry about it. So sectionals definitely are going to change. If there is going to be competency test, there is going to be no competency test because there is going to be huge difference. Fine. Now, anything else? Why you let them release it? Then we will discuss about it. At this point of time, focus tomorrow's exam as well as focus on CAT, not now. Shireen, quant is you are going to get a lot of easy questions. I would say don't mark those questions wrong. So there are going to be a lot of easy questions. So don't worry. Tomorrow's checklist, what did I carry? I simply carried my admit card that they have given me back at the end of the exam, and I carried my Aadhaar card. So there are only two things that they check. So basically, check, I will tell you one thing, and trust me, that check in your admit card. No, no, no. Check on your admit card. In the admit card, it will be written that which identity card you have given. You have to carry the same identity card. Like in my admit card, it is written Aadhaar card, and my Aadhaar number is also written. So basically, if you have written PAN card, so you have to carry only PAN card. Bhavish, I carried colored, so I don't know, black and white will make a difference, but I didn't see anyone where anyone was making a fuss about the color of admit card, so I don't think it will make a difference. But to be on the safer side, go with color printout. Fine. So it's not like you can carry any admit card. No. Whichever admit card you have written, whichever identity card you have written, kindly carry the same one. I don't think there is going to be any issue, but still being on the safe side. Anything else? So क्वांट में क्वेश्चंस आसान भी होंगे, डिफिकल्ट भी होंगे. एलआर में याद रखना, वर्बल इज गोइंग टू बी इजी. भावेश कुछ नहीं मांग रहे वो लोग, कुछ भी नहीं, बस एडमिट कार्ड और वन आईडी कार्ड. Anything else is uh, extra. More likely they won't let you carry those things. Shireen, vocab, I think I got my score in vocab itself. Why you once you are going to sit on the screen, I won't think whatever you eat, you are not going to sleep. I was feeling very sleepy before the exam was started. Once exam was started, I was not even a little bit sleepy. I used to suggest one thing कि मिंट की गोली खा के जाना चाहिए. मिंट की गोली मतलब एनीथिंग लाइक पोलो खा लो, हॉल्स ले लो, और दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग. भावेश, it was I think 81, 87, 102. The LR was verbal intensive, na? So I think I screwed it up somewhere. Mega, if you want to carry a pen, it's fine. If you don't want to carry a pen, it's fine. So why you yes, oats and black tea will do. I didn't carry any pen, but they provided me with one. Vayu, I would still say don't do anything that you are not doing in your general routine. Don't disrupt your routine. If you generally have oats and black coffee, then have oats and black coffee. Don't try anything new. कि एग्जाम है तो कुछ अलग करेंगे, कुछ अलग नहीं करना है, जो देना है बस वही है. बस एक यूजुअल डे ना तुम एग्जाम देने जा रहे हो 2 घंटे, दैट्स इट. इट्स सेम. ठीक है. और कुछ? बस बहुत चिल्ड आउट है एग्जाम, बहुत चिल्ड आउट हुआ. ठीक है. So with this, let's conclude. So anyone else want to ask something? Do let me know. एग्जाम के बाद कुछ नहीं, स्कोर पता चल जाएगा तो उसके बाद अपने आप ही पता चल जाएगा क्या करें, क्या करना है. एंग्जाइटी होगी, ऑब्वियसली होगी, मुझे भी हो रही थी. आई एम वेरी प्रोन टू कैलकुलेशन एरर्स. ठीक है. सो मुझे, मैं कोई भी क्वेश्चन करता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है मैंने कैलकुलेशन एरर इसमें पक्का करी होगी. ठीक है. एंग्जाइटी तो है, तो क्या करें. Shireen, I think I got one of history, one of philosophy, and one was something else. I forgot the topic. एग्जाम के बाद तो फिर एंजाइटी थोड़ी होती है। ठीक है, चलो, बाय।